This day in sports history. This episode is brought to you by Sterling Soap. Go to STIRLING soap.com and check out their full line of bath soaps, shave soaps, beard balm, lotions, and cologne. Well, hey there, and welcome back to This Day in Sports History. It is April 9th, and on this day in 1965, the Houston Astrodome, also known as the eighth wonder of the world, opened for business. Now, the Astrodome was an engineering marvel at the time, and it was the first indoor sports stadium. The field had the first artificial playing surface, and if you've ever wondered why the first fake grass was called AstroTurf, well, now you know. It's because of the Astrodome. It was also revolutionary because it was the first stadium to have luxury boxes, a feature that is now a staple in every stadium construction project. The Astrodome also had the first animated scoreboard. Well, on this day in 1965, the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees played an exhibition game there, with Governor John Connolly throwing out the first pitch. Yankee great Mickey Mantle had the first ever hit in the Astrodome, but the Astros won the game 2-1 in extras. Over the years, the Astrodome played host to other iconic sports events, including the UCLA versus Houston basketball game in January 1968. That was the first televised regular season college basketball game ever. Billie Jean King famously beat huckster Bobby Riggs in the Battle of the Sexes tennis match in September 1973. Judy Garland was the first performer to use the Astrodome for something other than baseball or football when she spent 40 minutes on stage in December of 1965. George Strait set the record for largest crowd ever at the Astrodome, drawing 68,266 to his concert in 2002. The Astrodome was last used for a sporting event on October 9, 1999, when the Atlanta Braves beat the Astros 7-5 to win the National League Divisional Series that year. Also on this day in sports history, in 2024, it was a statistical oddity during an NBA game between Boston and Milwaukee, when there were only 2 free throw attempts in the entire game, and the Bucks shot both of them. Until this night, there had never been a game when a team did not shoot a free throw. The previous record was 1, when the Atlanta Hawks did it in 2018 and the Memphis Grizzlies did it in 2014. This also set the record for fewest free throw attempts combined in a game at 2. The game was not completely devoid of physicality. There just weren't many whistles. Only 12 fouls were called all night, 4 against Boston, 8 against Milwaukee. The Bucks won 104-91, and the only guy to shoot free throws in this one was Giannis, who was 1 for 2. On this day in 1989, a 2-foot dream putt turned into a nightmare for Scott Hoch at the Masters. After Nick Faldo tapped in for a bogey 5 on the first playoff hole, Hoch only needed to make that 2-foot par putt to win the greatest trophy in golf.
Straight and firm, Scott, right in the heart. He's missed it, and he's knocked it. He's knocked it 3.5 feet past the hole.
I don't believe it. I do not believe it.
Faldo won the first of his 3 Masters green jackets on the second playoff hole. Hoch would never come that close to a major again. In an interview for an ESPN article in 2009, Hoch said, "That's the way things go. I had my chance. It wasn't a fluke. I lost. It was disappointing." And in 1981, 20-year-old rookie LA Dodgers pitcher Fernando Valenzuela was handed the ball on opening day after Jerry Royce was scratched due to injury. Valenzuela pitched a complete game, gave up just 5 hits, and he shut out the Houston Astros. It was the beginning of Fernando Mania, and he went on to win the National League Rookie of the Year, as well as the Cy Young that season. And time now for today's That's Got Nothing to Do with Sports fun fact. If Nintendo's Mario was a real person, his standing jump would be 5 times that of the world record. According to physics calculations conducted by TechRadar, Mario is capable of a 25-foot jump in the air. The current world record is 5.5 feet. Pretty impressive for the little plumber whose real-life height would be 5 feet 1 inch. Also, his brick-breaking ability requires an estimated 16,681 newtons of force, which is roughly the force of a 1-ton object hitting a solid wall at 40 miles an hour. This has been an original Thrive Suite production.